Hey everybody, what's going on? KSA Kris here, the Real Estate Blitz, and today we are talking about real estate photography, not to be confused with wedding photography. We get asked a lot of questions, and actually this is something that I've been getting a lot of messages on about how do I feel about real estate photographers and professional photography in general. So to me, there's an answer depending on where you're coming from. For real estate agents, first off, the answer, for no matter who it is, the answer is yes if it comes to real estate photography. The answer is yes, you should have a professional do it. But I'm going to talk about real estate agents, what my views are, and also for homeowners as far as my views on that. So I don't know why this keeps coming up as a question, like an honest question. But honestly, when I look through the MLS, Kim, she's always looking at what properties are available in the market, and she sends me photos at a minimum twice per week. I get a photo from her on my cell phone, basically showing me some other new goofy photo. You have a house. House is worth out in this market. A cheaper house is about $350,000 to $400,000, and you have somebody's thumb. It looks like this. So you have a photo with somebody's thumb in the photo, and it's mind-blowing to me. Somebody's hiring this real estate professional, supposedly, to sell their home, and they're out there with their iPhone taking photos with their thumb in the photos. And what really blows my mind is, at a minimum, wouldn't you think that you would see your thumb in the photo before you post it on the MLS? It's mind-blowing, unbelievable. The other thing that I see a lot is, non-professional, they're like, oh my gosh, these flowers are so beautiful. I should take, you only have so many photos. You got 25 photos. I should take 20 of those photos and take photos of the flowers, because people want to buy the flowers. They want to buy this landscaping. Look, people are buying the house. You should be taking photos of the house, the thing that actually cost the hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that, again, my opinion. What do I know? I guess there's maybe a lot of people out there that do buy, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase floral arrangements. I don't know. If you're one of those people, I'll tell you what. If we end up selling you a home that doesn't have a floral arrangement around it, I'll run down the street. We got a killer place right here in Fallbrook. I'll buy you a couple floral arrangements. We'll call it a day. We'll take photos of those. Send it over to you. So, real estate photography. In my opinion, it shouldn't be an option. So I'll talk to the person that's selling their home. If you're selling your home, first off, I recommend it. I've had a lot of agents say, you should never say this, but I don't care. This is how I believe this. You should be interviewing a minimum of 3 people to sell your home. To me, it's an interview process. You're talking about your most expensive asset, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The median price point for where we are is $645,000, okay? And if you just pick the first person that you randomly see because they said, well, I'm number one. Here's the thing. First off, if you look at all the marketing, I got a couple pieces up this morning that I found, and I look at them because I get a kick out of it. In the same market, there's 3 different people all claiming to be number one in this market. Look, everybody thinks they're number one somehow, or they find some unique way. I could say I'm the number one most seen person on the Real Estate Blitz in this market. I mean, it's just goofy to me. So you should be interviewing 3 people, and maybe one day I'll talk about what you should be doing to find these people, how to interview them. But you should be interviewing 3 people. Every time you talk to them, you should ask them, do you take professional real estate photography? If they say, well, actually, I am a real estate photographer, or I do professional photos, I've been studying it forever. I wouldn't do it, and let me tell you why. A producing real estate agent, somebody that's actually like cranking out a lot of deals, and I'll talk why some people, I've heard this, well, you guys sell a lot of homes, I don't know if I want to work with somebody that's too busy for me. So you would rather work with somebody that doesn't sell anything? Again, look, you want to work with somebody that's actually producing. There's a reason why they're selling so many homes. It's because they're really good at what they do. And they are a true professional. That's their profession. They're in sales. They're supposed to get all of the homes sold along with yours. So if they have the time to run around and do professional photography, I have a very good friend of mine. He's a great example. I even talked to him. He says, yeah, well, I do a lot of photos. And, I have my own camera, my own setups, and I take photos of all of my listings. He says, oh, that's interesting. how many listings did you have last year? He says, well, I had 2. Well, then there you go. A good producing real estate agent. It's almost like me sitting here. I'm a real estate agent, and but you know, I know stuff about plumbing, man. Your toilet is messed up or your sink is messed up. I'm going to fix that. Or I know electrical stuff. I've messed around with electrical sockets. I'll fix your power panel. No, you bring in a professional to do what they do. And a real estate agent, you're hiring them to be a professional real estate agent, which is to take your property and sell it for the highest amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, or to help you find your dream property that you want to purchase, move in, love, and enjoy, right? Real estate photography isn't that expensive. It isn't. So if we list a house for 600 and let's even drop it down. Let's say 200,000. And actually, I'll drop it down even more. We have a house right now. Wonderful people came to us. It's a manufactured home, and it went on the market for $85,000. It's been on the market now officially 2 weeks. They have tried to sell it in the past, and they could not sell it. We paid for our photographer to go over there. It cost us a whopping $200. It cost us $200. Had professional photos done. And within a week, we have an offer. We're going into escrow. They've accepted the offer. Everything's good. And there's a reason for that. First impressions matter. The first impression matters. So next is I hire a professional photographer. I hear they're expensive. And that's where a lot of real estate agents, so there's 2 things that happen with real estate agents. They think real estate professional photographers are expensive, or they don't know how to find them. So I'm going to give you the secret sauce. Real estate photographers can range you anywhere from about $150 for a photo shoot all the way up to a couple $1,000s. We've worked with everything in between. I think the most expensive photo shoot I've ever paid for was about $900. Now, the guy that did that photo shoot, it was a very special and unique home, and he's a very, very well-known photographer, but he has a certain flavor to him. So this is what I've also learned. Every photographer kind of has their own feel. They have their own thing. Call me, I don't know, holistic in a way, but I think their personalities it's art. It really is art. Their personalities kind of come through their photography, and we have this wonderful lady in Temecula. We've used her quite often. Her name's Bree. When I get Bree to do photos for us, I know how it's going to feel and how it's going to convey over the photos, whether it's on Zillow, Trillia, the MLS, wherever. And whenever we have like a Pinterest type house, like that really cool, really neat house that you'd see on Pinterest, we call Bree, because she brings that flavor and that flair to it. Whenever we have a very stoic type house that has this really just classic, just rich flavor, we have a different photographer for that. Whenever I have a house that has a lot of windows, there's a lot of natural light, I have a different photographer. He focuses strictly on natural light. He doesn't use any flash or any, it's just a really just unbelievable natural light type photos with no editing, and it's beautiful. So photos will run you anywhere from about $150 all the way up to thousands of dollars. It just really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So you can find somebody. To me, the good median price for a photographer is going to be about $200 to $250 per session. That's going to give you top-notch quality photos. How did I find photographers? Okay, I'll tell you the 2 easiest ways. First off, talk to your affiliates. If you don't have affiliates, your broker has affiliates. So you're going to ask your title people, your escrow people, you're going to ask your lenders. And almost all of those people know of somebody that is in the real estate industry that does photos. Now, I want to make this important because in the beginning of this I said it's professional real estate photographers, not wedding photos. Just because somebody can get behind a camera and take a photo, and they probably do unbelievable wedding photos. They probably do amazing photos of cars or whatever it is they're into. Real estate photography in itself is a profession, and it is an art form. I cannot express that enough. The people that we use, that's all they do full time. They are not running around doing headshots. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they can't do headshots and other stuff. I'm just saying that they specialize in real estate photography. We used a photographer a little while back, looked at a lot of his other art, and his photos are fantastic. Actually, 2 people. We had a nice lady too, and unbelievable stuff that they were doing. But then when we had them shoot a home, because they kept asking us to shoot a home, it wasn't what we were looking for. It didn't feel right. It felt like It felt like what they normally shoot. I'm looking for a real estate photographer, somebody that's going to take the right angles in the right places with the right lighting, with minimal, I don't personally like editing photos, but if there is minimal editing, that's going to make it look the right way to somebody that has seconds. You have seconds. Whether they're on Facebook and they're scrolling through, whether it's on Instagram and they're scrolling through, whether it's online and they're clicking on something, they're going to look at these photos for a second. You have seconds to captivate them and capture their attention and have them look through all the photos to start looking at, wow, does this fit within what I want? What we do personally, we follow up with the photos and then we try to funnel them into videos. We do virtual video tours to walk people through the homes. So, and all the time, people call us, oh, you know, I saw the photos, I saw the video, that's the house for me, I want to go see it and buy it. That's fantastic. That's the whole goal. That's the point of sales. Not working with a professional photographer, you're not doing that. You're not selling, in my opinion. So, if you want to find them, talk to your affiliates. If you don't have that, look, people that are producing in your market, it doesn't matter what market you're in. If you're seeing photos of people everywhere, you see their signs everywhere, or if you jump on the MLS and you track who's number one, who's number two, who's number three, if you call them and you're just humble and you're nice and you're like, look, I'm not a producing agent, I'm doing okay. I think you guys are fantastic. I love what you're doing. One day I aspire to be like you. Who's your photographer? I love the work that they do. 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you who it is and just give you their phone number. It's the photos themselves. It's not a competition. The competition is understanding all of the angles on how to get stuff sold and actually how to bring in other prospects, other people to want to sell their homes with you. So the photographer, talk to the top producers that have great photographers and just ask them, who's your photographer? More than likely, they're going to give you their photographer. So real estate agents, those are 2 ways to go out and find yourself a photographer. And I already told you kind of the price range. Now, if you're a person who's looking to sell your home, whether it's a for sale by owner or you're interviewing real estate agents, if you're interviewing real estate agents, like I told you, it should be a requirement. If somebody tells me that they are going to do the photos, it tells me you think I'm going to pay you. So in this market, 6% is normal. That is the expectation to sell a home. At $645,000, you're talking about to the sell side alone. That's 3%. It's quite a bit of money. So why would the listing agent not want to invest in your home to get it sold with a professional photographer? Well, hold on a second, Chris. My photos are just as good. Look. But you're a real estate agent. Be a real estate agent. You do what you're supposed to do and let a photographer that's a professional real estate photographer do what he does or she does or whoever it is. I don't even care. It could be a donkey for all I care as long as it gives me great photos and they focus on real estate. That's the way I look at it. So if you're a homeowner, for sale by owner, same thing. You can basically go down the same path. You can call up title companies, you can call up escrow companies, you can call up lenders and ask them, do you know any good real estate photographers? If you call real estate agents, so if you're for sale by owner and you're looking to sell your own house, if you call me or you send me a message, I'll give you a real estate photographer. I don't care. I'll hook you up. It's not a problem. But in my opinion, it's one of the very first things that you should absolutely invest money into when you're looking to sell a home. Get a professional real estate photographer and don't even, you shouldn't even blink. They make their money back in so many ways. They're going to bring a profit, and it should be a requirement. Period. So that's my view on real estate photographers. If you have any questions, and the only reason I brought it up is because I keep hearing it and I keep seeing just the ugliest photos. And honestly, a lot of the expired listings that we end up, if people call us and they didn't sell, when I start doing research on trying to figure out outside of what they think why it didn't sell, when I do research to figure out what the agent was doing to try to get it sold, the first thing I always run into are just hot garbage photos. Okay? And it is what it is. They're horrible. You got seconds. Everybody's looking at stuff online now. People don't have to go down to the broker to pull out their little book to actually go through what they just have listed. People can jump on Zillow, seconds. People can Google. There's so many different ways for people to capture information. If they're looking for properties online, give them the highest quality that you can to show them and expose that property. Okay. I'm done. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep venting. I'm always trying to keep this down to 15 minutes now. Thank you very much. If you have anything, any questions, hit me up. And as always, like, share, comment. Please do. Go check out the YouTube channel. It's growing. I'm excited about that. I guess that's it. Yeah, right on. So KSA Kris, Real Estate Blitz. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you all soon.